While Marine hero Anjo Tamarisi was rotting in a Mexican prison for weapons possession after taking a wrong turn at the border with legally owned guns, Obama traded 5 high-level Gitmo terrorists for Taliban collaborator Sergeant Bo Bergdahi, held by the Taliban since 2009. The deserter Bergdahi walked off the military base of his own volition in 2009, asked to be directed to the Taliban per witnesses, and more than likely converted to Islam. In 2010, Bergdahl's Taliban captors claimed that not only had Bergdahl converted to Islam, but was teaching them how to construct bombs in order to kill Americans. That Bergdahl was a Taliban sympathizer was chalked up to terrorist propaganda per the Pentagon, but recent developments in the last 24 hours have given this version of events validity. In the days after Bergdahl walked off the small base in Afghanistan's Paktika province on June 30, 2009, an entire army division searched for him where the path that they had followed was littered with IEDs, according to a soldier who took part in the search, as if the Taliban knew they were coming. At least 6 soldiers were killed in the search that turned into a suicide mission, including Matthew Marinek, Michael Murphy, Kirk Curtis, Morris Walker, Darren Andrews, and Clayton Bowen. Bergdahl appears to have led his fellow soldiers into a trap. These series of events are also bolstered by several members of Bergdahl's unit that recently related that Bergdahl had become disillusioned with the war effort and had planned his desertion and contact with the Taliban for several days. What's worse, according to a CNN report, the Obama administration forced the soldiers serving with Bergdahl to sign non-disclosure agreements, threatening them in some cases, mandating that they not talk to anyone about Bergdahl's desertion and collusion with the enemy. Now a viral Facebook page named Bo Bergdahl is a Traitor has multiple posts by soldiers in Bergdahl's former unit that state Bergdahl didn't desert but defected to the Taliban. This comports with Bergdahl's last email sent to his father before he walked into the arms of the Taliban, in which Bergdahl describes his commander as a, quote, conceited old fool. Bergdahl went on to say, "I'm ashamed to be an American, and the title of U.S. soldier is just a lie of fools. I'm sorry for everything. The horror that is America is disgusting." The oddity of the prisoner swap by the Obama administration is also raising red flags. The 5 Gitmo terrorists released were so-called generals in the Taliban hierarchy. 2 of them, Mullah Muhammad Fazil and Mullah Nourullah Nouri, were also associated with Al-Qaeda, the group that rammed airplanes into the World Trade Center towers on 9/11. The other 3 prisoners were also connected to Al-Qaeda. One, Karula Karakawa, had actually run Osama bin Laden's terrorist training camp. Why exactly did the Obama administration conduct the swap in secret and illegally? Per federal law, the administration must inform Congress 30 days prior to releasing any Gitmo prisoners, let alone 5 prisoners. Congress was informed only after the 5 terrorists were released. The White House explanation is that Bergdahl's health was failing, and they had to move quickly. But this contradicts with reports that Bergdahl had befriended his captors and was even teaching them how to play badminton. What is even stranger is that Bergdahl's father, Robert Bergdahl, after it was announced that his son was being freed, began a social media campaign on Twitter to free all the Gitmo prisoners, every single last one of them, even the mastermind of 9/11, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. A review of Robert Bergdahl's tweet shows that he's been tweeting out anti-American sentiments for almost a year, so a call for the release of all Gitmo prisoners on Twitter, which Bergdahl later deleted, is not some misstatement or mistake. But this isn't even half of the story. On March 28, 2014, on Twitter he called democracy a cult of the West and defended Sharia law. On May 6, 2014, according to an archive of Robert Bergdahl's Twitter account, he began following an account called Pakistani Witness, who openly calls for jihad. Further, in a press conference with Obama after Bo Bergdahl was released, Bergdahl's father gave praise to Allah in Arabic,
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Zayabiyem.
After which Obama hugged him and walked arm in arm with him into the White House. The real reason Obama traded Taliban collaborator Bo Bergdahl for 5 hardened terrorists? Because Barack Hussein Obama is himself a Taliban collaborator and terrorist. The American people cannot wait for the corruptocrats in Congress to get around to impeaching Obama. He must be removed immediately. Now. Today.